I just sold out of one of my positions in my portfolio fully, and here's why. But first, I'm going to talk about my portfolio update and just how it's going so far, and then we'll get to why I sold out of one of my positions this week. So first, as we can see, we're almost up 2% on the day, around 1.8% in the portfolio today, which is almost $1,100. And you can see my positions. I had 12 positions now, and I just sold out of one position fully, so now I have 11. And as you can see, VOO is still my largest holding, and really why I sold that correlates to why I want to buy more VOO. So I'm gonna start putting that money dollar cost averaging into VOO with that money that I sold. As you can see, the one day we're up on the day, the 1 week we're up around 3%, so that's not too bad so far on the week. And as you can see here, stocks to ETFs, percentage wise, I have 28% in ETFs, and actually if you look at it, I only have one ETF in the portfolio right now. I had two, but I sold that. So the ETF that I chose to sell was SPHD. And why I thought about selling it and why I actually took initiative and actually did sell it was, if you know SPHD is an S&P 500 ETF. However, it's a low volatility, high dividend. As you can see right here, it says high dividend, low volatility ETF. So what SPHD invests in is the top dividend yields in the S&P 500. So you got companies like MO, AT&T, companies like that with high dividend yields, and that's why they invest in it because the higher dividend yield most likely means the less volatility it'll have. And it pays monthly. I think it's a great ETF. However, I believe that since I'm young right now, I'm only 20 years old, I really don't believe that it has the growth that I want over time. I believe that the money that I have in SPHD, I should just really put that into more growth-oriented stocks and ETFs. So right now I'm looking at VOO, obviously. I'm also looking at Berkshire Hathaway's B shares, which are sitting at around $530 per share right now. And just look at the growth on this. Year to date, everything's down in the market besides Berkshire Hathaway. It's up 17% on the year. It started at $450 per share, and it's already at $530 per share. So you're already looking at $80 gain on your shares. 1 year you're up 31%. Look at the 5 year. Look at the 5 year from here. You're up 200% in the 5 year. Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett is doing a great job with his own company, and he's investing in great moats, great companies that everyone knows around the world. But if we go, those are the two that I'm thinking of right now. Maybe I'll invest into a global market where I get the US stocks and global stocks as well. However, right now I'm sitting on about $4,000 in cash right now, just waiting to see. If the market goes down a little more, obviously I'm gonna start buying more VOO shares. Maybe I'll see what Google's doing today. If their earnings out, maybe it'll jump, and maybe it'll go down. But I believe Google is a great company that I kind of want to get more money into that one as well. yeah, right now that's really the reason why I sold SPHD is because if you look at SPHD compared to VOO, it's growth. Let's just look at VOO's growth right now, year to date. I mean, obviously you're down 7%, but look how volatile that is compared to SPHD. $537 per share, right? At the start of the year, already to $500 per share. I mean, look at the 1 year. The 1 year, it's basically almost the same. However, if you look at its all-time high around February, it's at $560 per share. All the way down to $500 per share, even lower, $450 per share. That's a swing of $110 in the matter of February to April. I mean, just look at the max growth on here in the S&P 500. It's just crazy that you can get almost near 400% gain on the S&P 500 on just a regular ETF like VOO. And SPHD, for as long as I can remember, I've been invested in SPHD since, I want to say, around 2021, around here, around March or April. Bought it at like $43 per share around that. And it's at $47 per share right now. In what, 4 years? 4 years since I've had it, it's only about 8% growth. On this VOO, I only bought it, I want to say I bought it around March 2023, and already you can see the growth, 33% growth since March 2023 in 2 years. I mean, that's just crazy growth for the S&P 500 and VOO over time. That honestly, I understand that VOO isn't a dividend-oriented stock, it's a growth-oriented ETF, whereas SPHD is a dividend-focused ETF. And when we go to the rich here, you can see that I did a hypothetical analysis on this and 50-50 basically. And as you can see, I put 1,000 into VOO, I put 1,000 into SPHD. And as you can see, VOO for 2 shares is paying $14 per year in dividends. SPHD is paying $34 per year in dividends. However, I really think that $20 difference per $1,000 isn't that big of a difference if you look at the growth difference in these two ETFs. Really, I want to go into more growth-oriented portfolio right now rather than dividends. The dividends are nice, and most of my stocks, besides, I want to say one, Tesla pays a dividend. Nvidia barely pays a dividend, but every other one of these stocks I'm getting a dividend in every single month and every single quarter. And really, I want to start putting my money into growth stocks and ETFs. Mostly I want to put into VOO. I want to try to get around 40 shares in VOO by the end of the year. 45 would be great. 10 more shares by the end of the year would be great, but right now I'm really focusing on just getting my portfolio up to my main goal, which is $100,000. And my main goal, I kind of want to get this VOO percentage of my portfolio up to maybe 40% VOO, 60% everything else. And I was talking about Berkshire Hathaway stock a little while ago, and I'm kind of looking at that one. I want to see what the fundamentals in that company are. I mean, obviously they're great, but I'm gonna keep on researching more about that stock, and we'll see what happens from here. But that's my portfolio analysis right now, and that's what I'm doing. So thank you for watching.